Yo, it's your boy Pilla. So I just wanted to show you something. We're going right back into you see the stuff with like Angel Reese with LSU and Jill Biden and all that and Iowa. So let me show you something. So we're going back to Aries game, Dr. John G. Jackson book, Ethiopia and the Origin of Civilization, right? We go to this European dude right here, Joseph McCabe, right? He says, the accident of the predominance of white men in modern times should not give us supercilious ideas about color or persuade us to listen to superficial theories about the innate superiority of the white-skinned man. 4,000 years ago, when civilization was already 1,000 or 2,000 years old, white men were just a bunch of semi-savages on the outskirts of the civilized world. If there had been an anthropologist in Crete, Egypt, and Babylonian, they would have pronounced the white race obviously inferior and might have discoursed learnedly on the superior germplasm or glands of colored folks. This is by Joseph McCabe, a European dude, right? And so as you see, it's an uproar, about Angel Reese and the stuff that's being said. You think about school, right? Now you go back to school. In school, black people, you are taught that your history started with slavery. They telling you about you on a slave ship. You wasn't reading and writing. They were calling they are almost calling you what? A savage, right? They almost calling you a semi-savage, and they say that we are on the outskirts of the civilized world. Us so-called black folk, because with us not having a history, right? They saying we like animals. But then when we go and read people like Joseph McCabe, this is a so-called white man, right? He's a white guy, right? A European, you know what we're talking about, right? And he says the accident of the predominance of white men in modern times should not give us supercilious ideas about color or superficial theories about the innate superiority of the white-skinned man. Then this is a white guy talking, right? He said 4,000 years ago, when civilization was already 1,000 or 2,000 years old, white men were just a bunch of semi-savages on the outskirts of the civilized world. If they had went into Crete, Africa, Babylon, all these black people, right? They would have said that these people of the colored folk, right? See, say colored folk. So what does that mean when we talk about like sports and Angel Reese and all that? See, some people don't know that black people, a lot of times, they're expecting you to win. So when they beat you, it's like a joy for them. I'm not saying in the white folks that can't get down. But when they beat you, to them, they didn't beat Superman, Superwoman. And so, like I tell people all the time, when you talk about black and white, these are like jerseys. These just ain't no colors. That's what they call it, race. They win the white jersey, we win the black jersey. The competition is going on, right? And so I know I felt the need to speak up about this. Now, someone say, oh, what are you saying? White people are semi-savages. I'm just reading what Joseph McCabe said, the guy who you guys would say is a scholar, right? And I'll say, well, he's saying something that I was taught totally different in your European controlled schools. I was taught that I was a semi-savage on the outskirts. I was a semi-savage on the outskirts of the civilized world. And the people like me, we were nothing until we got enslaved and you so-called brought us to America. And so when I look at these sports and how they trying to act like we still believe the history that they taught us in schools, right? And just let's go right here. Here's another white guy, just so you can know how real it is, right? This guy says, the piles of ruin which you see in that narrow valley watered by the Nile are the remains of opulent cities and the pride of the ancient kingdom of Ethiopia. They are a people now forgotten, discovered while others were yet barbarians, the elements of the arts and sciences, a race of men now rejected from society for their black skin and woolly hair, founded on the study of the laws of nature and those civil religious systems which still govern the universe. Count Volney. Now, this is another white man. And so you got to remember, in society, no one's going to want to tell you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like this is another European lady in her book, Lady Lugar, Tropical Dependency, page 2021. She said, hey, the most powerful, the most just, and most beautiful of the human race, and they are constantly spoken of as black. There seems to be no other conclusion to be drawn that in the ancient period of history, the leading race of the entire world was a black race. Right? And so you're not getting this in school. You're not even getting this on TV, you're not getting on the radio. And so you're not even yourself, low key. So as you see them talk about like Angel Reese and try to downgrade, these are all cold languages. I'm not saying everybody's like this. But when you got people who've been in this their whole career of this symbology and language, they're going to try to make sure that you stay in your cage mentally. And so that's why it's so important for you to control what you intake. So that way you can figure out who you are and what you need to do. All right? And so I just wanted to show you. Look, it said the fame of the Ethiopians was widespread in ancient history. Herodotus describes them as the tallest, most beautiful, and long-lived of the human race. Is anybody telling you that in school? They telling you that your history started with slavery. You're the N-word at a low level. You're dirty. You're in the ghetto. And so you just got to remember who you are. All right? But I knew I had to speak on it because, like I say, I love sports. We winning records. I got the Ancient Kushite Global Empire media too. So got to speak on that. And shout out to LSU. Keep doing your thing, Angel Reese. And everybody keep on supporting. All right? It's your boy Jpilla. Talk to you soon. We winning, baby.